welcome to season 2 of The Herd. We hope you had a great winter break and we are so excited to have you back with us. So we have Jordan Woodruff back with us from last season, and we have one of our new faces, June Valle. So to kick things off, we're going to talk about this ridiculous weather that we've been seeing, not only here, but also just across the United States. Just a couple of facts. There were 6 states that declared state of emergencies and basically shut the entire states down. Minnesota was one of those. Schools have been closed for days back to back, and in Atlanta, Georgia, because of the weather, they saw 13 deaths that they attribute completely to the spontaneous blizzard. So what kind of stuff have you guys been hearing as far as this crazy weather?
Well, I know in Atlanta, since they are not used to snow at all, like you said, they just had backups and deaths, so that's crazy. But in my town, we never get snow days. Like, it's like a rare occasion, but we always have snow. Yeah. And we got like 4 snow days over Christmas break, so I was like, of course, the one year I leave, snow day, snow day, snow day.
Yep. And where are you from again?
I'm from Northfield, Minnesota, so about like 45 minutes from the Twin Cities.
Okay. And what about you, June?
Yeah, it has been crazy. Like, I've heard in the University of Michigan, it was the first day of snow since 1978, which is like crazy.
That's like a really long time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not from here. I'm from Madrid, from Spain, and we have more snow days than that. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. It's not like Fargo. You can say, like, we're not used to snow, but nothing like this.
Right. No, exactly. And I think the thing, too, is, like, I was back home in Minnesota for winter break, and my parents both work in schools, and there was the day that the governor shut down all the schools in Minnesota. And, you know, that some schools will get snow, but it's never the entire state. I mean, that, you know, it has to be bad for that. And then you think, you know, we're accustomed to snow, we're accustomed to bad weather, our entire state shut down. What do you do in the South when everyone has, you know, front-wheel drive cars and nobody, you know, there's no salt for the ice, they don't have snow plows, they don't have a reserve of that.
That's like us all of a sudden getting like tornadoes all the time and hurricanes. Because we're not used to that, so like they have no idea what to do. They're probably freaking out.
Right.
Like, the world's ending.
No, and honestly, and you know, there are people who, I'm sure you guys saw them on Facebook too, like, oh, a snowstorm in Atlanta is just like another day in the life of someone in the Midwest. But, I mean, you have to think, if you had completely flopped weather, like if we were getting tsunamis or like you said, like hurricanes, we would have absolutely no idea what to do.
Exactly.
It would, like, I don't know.
Like in Fargo, everything's flat, low, like they're not used to that. Well, no.
What we're used to. Yeah. No, exactly. So that's just something that I thought was really interesting. And then I think you said you overheard something about a baby being born too.
Oh, yeah. Apparently in Atlanta, it was crazy, like 10 hours of traffic, like completely, all the city, like just, I don't know, it was a chaos in the interstate and that. And there was a baby delivered by one of the police officers.
Like on the highway?
Wow.
On the highway.
Oh, wow.
Which, good story to tell when you're older.
I mean, yeah, like it's cool in hindsight.
That kid is gonna have fun telling his birth story.
I was born during the snowstorm of 2014.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna actually give you some tips to get a head start on getting ready for summer. We'll be right back.
If sports talk is your game, then check out Game Point on SUTV 84. The latest and controversial issues are tackled by the SUTV Sports Panel. Game Point, 2:30 p.m. every Friday on SUTV 84.
Hey, I'm Mariah, and I'm at Bus because not only does it save me money, but with 20 different routes, it makes getting around Fargo much more convenient. I'm at Bus. Do you? You are watching SUTV 84, NDSU's student campus channel. To find out about the latest styles and trends and to keep up on all the latest gossip, watch The Herd at 5 p.m. every Monday on SUTV 84. Welcome back. Now, with second semester already underway, some of you might already be looking ahead to summer, finding jobs, finding internships, trying to figure out where you're going to live. I have June back with me, and then we have another one of our new faces. This is Alyssa Ralston, and so they're going to give you some tips as far as finding jobs, internships, and housing. So the first thing we're going to talk about is apartment hunting. And so if you've never been apartment hunting before, it can be a little intimidating just because there's so many options and you've only ever lived at home, so you don't really know what to look for. So what kind of tips do you guys have for those of us who are first looking for an apartment?
Well, I'll say, first of all, you need to drive on the area because there are a lot of signs on the houses, and that really can help. Mm-hmm. You know where that place is located. You have the telephone there, and sometimes it's just go into the apartment and people can show you that.
Yep.
Secondly, the internet is amazing nowadays.
Yeah.
It's so much easier now. You just have to go into a website trying to figure out like different prices. Mm-hmm. You can find pictures over there too, so it's really helpful. And then like calling people all the time, like calling the agencies and that they normally have a lot of like different houses over there. Yeah. But I will tell you that like driving around and the internet, they are like super helpful.
Yeah. That's what I did my sophomore year when I was looking for an apartment. My friend said, okay, let's go driving around. And so we just drove around, and if a place looked nice from the outside, I wrote the number down, and then I would later go like look them up online if they had pictures. Calling, people don't think that you can call landlords ahead of time. But I know I got on waiting lists at some buildings where they said, when things open up, we'll call you. And so that's a nice way to, it kind of gives you some peace of mind because and this is the time that people want to start looking. People think they have to wait till, 4 months or like a month before I want to move in, 4 weeks, you want to know like months in advance. You kind of have to get that stuff set up.
You definitely need time for this.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as easy as you expected at the beginning.
Yep.
And I think a really important tip is just like go there and try to contact with these people, even if they are not renting the apartment in that moment or if the spot is already full. I don't know, just to let you know and to let them know that you exist.
Yeah.
It's so much better than just sign on a website.
No, exactly. And I know, Alyssa, I think next year is going to be when you first start looking for an apartment, so this will probably be a little bit helpful for you to know.
Yeah, well, I lived in an apartment my sophomore year, too, so I kind of know a little bit about the hunting process.
Yeah.
And another thing of advice is to, sit down and write down what you want. Do you want to be near campus, away from campus, what kind of things you want included, utilities, all that, and that's going to narrow down your search so then you know what you're looking for, so you won't be surprised when you get there.
Yeah, no, exactly. Now, really quickly talking about jobs and internships, as far as finding those. Now, really, obviously there are different things like career fairs and things like that. Like for finding jobs and internships, like what have you done, Alyssa?
Well, my internship kind of came to me a little bit differently, but one thing that you need to do is you need to utilize the people you know. Talk to friends, family, your parents, coworkers. Even if you're a server at a restaurant or you have a regular customer when you're working at, at the mall, you need to utilize those people who are going to get to know you because you never know what they know. I work at the country club, and there are so many of the members there that say they got their first internship and job from being a regular server for a family. So you need to utilize that as well as Google, look online, and if you have a dream internship with a certain company, Google that company and see what you can find with internships. Yeah. But always utilize the internet, whether it's NDSU's Career Center website or Google.
Yeah.
You always have to be searching online.
Well, thank you guys so much. That was so helpful. When we come back, health and fitness is really important. And so we're going to give you some tips to kind of revamp your spring workouts. We'll see you soon.
You're watching SUTV 84, your home for to be determined NDSU's Comedy Improv Club, with new episodes every other week.
Jitters is the NDSU Campus Community's coffee hub. Conveniently located right next to campus, Jitters Coffee has a wide range of amenities, including comfortable seating, Wi-Fi, and an assortment of beverages. Jitters is here to meet your needs, whether you're looking to relax and socialize or study in a rich, active environment. Be sure to make your way over for your morning brew, a bite at lunch, or for a break between classes. Get your fix only at Jitters.
The NDSU Bookstore, where every true fan and alum goes to get their pride on. Gear up with a variety of high-quality t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more. Made by top-of-the-line brands like Under Armour, Nike, and CI Sport to help you show off your Bison pride. The NDSU Bookstore has everything you need in your two favorite colors, green and gold.
Deeks Pizza, prices with the student in mind. Fast delivery and conveniently open until 3 a.m. Order by phone at 701-235-0708. Order online at deekspizza.com or order with Deeks' easy-to-use mobile app. NDSU. Make Deeks your choice for pizza this semester. That's Deeks. Great pizza that won't empty your pockets.
If sports talk is your game, then check out Game Point on SUTV 84. The latest and controversial issues are tackled by the SUTV Sports Panel. Game Point, 2:30 p.m. every Friday on SUTV 84.
Welcome back. Now, over winter break, I'm sure it was pretty easy to kind of let your workout sort of fall to the wayside. But now that you're back for spring, spring break is just around the corner. You're probably ready to start amping it up. So I have Alyssa back with me here, and she's going to kind of help me talk about some different tips that you can use to kind of start getting fit again, I guess, is the way you could say it. So the Huffington Post put out an article, and it's 20 ways to spring clean your fitness routine. So we're going to talk about the main ones, or the ones that are kind of the easiest to go about doing. So what is the first one you have for us, Alyssa?
The first one I have is to book a physical. Only 20% of Americans will actually get a yearly checkup or yearly physical, and that's the biggest thing you can do to kind of see what areas of your body you need to improve, whether you have high cholesterol or your iron in your blood is low, kind of figure out what ways you can do just to get a little more healthy, and figure out how you can create the best workout is just by getting a physical. And even if you feel okay, always good to check, because they might find something like, oh my gosh, you're anemic because you have low blood iron, but you never would have guessed. So
yeah, I know. I can't remember the last time I actually went and got a physical. So it's probably something that I should go get done. And you don't think about it when you're older. Like when you're young, you're in high school, elementary school, like your parents are like, okay, you're going to the doctor on Thursday. Like they just kind of do all that for you. And when you're an adult, you really only go get checked out if you feel like something's wrong. Like I feel like adults are not very proactive as far as like preventative measures. It's always like once something's already happened.
And while we're in college, you need to take care of the free services offered by the Wellness Center. Go get a checkup there, because now is the only time you're paying for it with your student fees. And once you get into your job world, you're going to have to pay co-pays and everything. Yeah. So do it now while you can.
Right. No, exactly.
The second thing I have is to make a realistic schedule. Do not think that you're going to start working out for the first time in a month 7 times a week, every single day, because that's just unrealistic.
Right.
You took a break and now you need to slowly get back into it. Start 3 days a week, and then build to 5 or 6 days a week, 2 days if you want. You need to take it slow, take it easy.
Right. Work your way back up to where you were at.
Yep. The third one I have is to buddy up. It's always easier to go work out when you have a friend. Go to a wellness class with someone else, or even just running next to them on a treadmill.
Yeah.
That'll make it so much more fun, and you'll actually look forward to working out, because instead of getting coffee with a friend, go for a jog with a friend, and it'll make it a lot better.
Yeah.
And then the last one I have is to reward yourself. If you met all your fitness goals for the week, go get a manicure, or go buy yourself a new scarf, or go hit up a sale at Express.
Yeah.
Always find little ways to reward yourself, not with, eating an ice cream.
Yeah.
You find good ways.
Things. Right. And the thing too is, like going back to like buddying it up, like when you have someone else, you say like, I know I have a friend, tomorrow morning she's like, hey, I want to go to cycling, will you come with me? And then she tweeted about us going. So it gave me a sense of accountability. All my 200 some Twitter followers now know that I'm going to the cycling class, and she'll probably tweet about it if I don't go. So, it gives you a sense of accountability. And then also just having like a support system, because with anything you do that's a challenge, you want to have somebody you can lean on and someone that you can, if you're struggling, someone to like help pick you back up, and if you're doing really well, someone to celebrate with. And then with the rewards, yeah, I think people think, okay, I want to lose this amount of weight, or I want to be able to lift, I want to be able to bench press this much, and that's their reward, is getting there. But as you get there, you do make progress, and you should be, it's okay to reward yourself for that progress,
Yeah, exactly. And the biggest thing I think is to make sure it's, healthy rewards, manicures, things like that, as I already mentioned, because, being healthy is about, this much of what you work out and this much of what you eat. So you have to make sure that you're putting, good things into your body as well, because then you're going to feel even better and, be ready for, summer. When you're going to be at the lake and wearing swimsuits, you want to be feeling good.
No, exactly.
Inside and out.
And it is so, I think it is okay, everything in moderation.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
If you want to have like an ice, like, a little bit, because if you put it off too much, you're going to get to that point where then like you're just scarfing everything sweet that comes your way. So everything in moderation.
So like 1 ice cream cone a week is fine, 7, maybe not.
Maybe not. Well, thank you, Alyssa. Now, if you were wondering how to be fashionable here in Fargo this season, we will tell you when we come back after this commercial.
The NDSU Bookstore, where every true fan and alum goes to get their pride on. Gear up with a variety of high-quality t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more. Made by top-of-the-line brands like Under Armour, Nike, and CI Sport to help you show off your Bison pride. The NDSU Bookstore has everything you need in your 2 favorite colors, green and gold.
Hey, I'm Mariah, and I'm at Bus because not only does it save me money, but with 20 different routes, it makes getting around Fargo much more convenient. I'm at Bus. Do you?
Deeks Pizza. Prices with the student in mind. Fast delivery and conveniently open until 3 a.m. Order by phone at 701-235-0708. Order online at deekspizza.com or order with Deeks' easy-to-use mobile app. NDSU. Make Deeks your choice for pizza this semester. That's Deeks. Great pizza that won't empty your pockets.
Welcome back. Now, it seems like spring's fashion trends are typically aimed toward warmer weather. So it can be kind of hard to incorporate, really cute clothes, fashionable clothes in with your parka-ridden wardrobe that will last inevitably till at least March. So I've got Alyssa and Jordan here, and so they're gonna help me talk about the top 5 spring fashions. And so this is a collaborative list from glamour.com, InStyle, Vogue. So this is all across the board. These are the top 5 things that you should have in your closet. So what is the first thing that we have?
Okay, so our first thing is like a really basic thing that's been around for a while but never seems to actually leave. It's just the pastel colored blouse that you can wear casually. You can wear it to like parties, dress up. It's a really nice thing, and you can do a lot with it.
Yeah.
And it's also cheap. You can get it at Forever 21 for $14, which I think anything below 20, I always get.
Good.
It's like my rule.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But Yeah, I really like that.
And I think this blouse is cool because, and it might be kind of hard to see, but on the collar there's some like gold hardware.
I like that.
And I know that was definitely really in last year, and so I guess it's kind of carrying over into the next year. But that can be kind of cool if, maybe you don't, I know my mom doesn't like to wear a lot of jewelry, so she looks more for clothes that have embellishments on them. And so with that, you wouldn't have to wear a necklace because it's already got like the fancy frilly there. So yeah, what's the next one that we have?
The next one that we have are printed jackets, and this specific printed jacket is at Target. And that's really nice because it's light enough to wear on the warmer days that we have. That some days it's like 35 and you don't know what you're gonna do because you're not gonna wear your winter jacket. So you can wear it on those days, but you can also layer it under something on colder days, so you can take it off and still look super great.
Right.
And it makes things a little more exciting if, instead of just wearing a t-shirt and jeans, you can have
Spice
that and
it
just
up.
really poppy. Here you are. So
here you are. And it's funny, I don't totally hate this jacket, but I know, Jordan, I don't think you're too big a fan of the printed jacket.
I'm not.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm not a big fan of printed jackets in general because it's like, wear it once. What else matches it? Especially this, it's like black and white with like flowers on it. Like, what can you wear with that? Like leggings and like a white shirt underneath, black shirt. So when I go shopping, I get stuff that like I can wear with everything.
Right.
Very like.
So it's not as versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's totally understandable.
But I mean, I still think it's cute. And if I saw someone wearing it, I would think it was cute.
But you would never buy it for yourself.
It's not for me.
Now, this next trend is kind of my number one. You guys know I love doing my nails. I love having my nails done. And so a big trend for this season is iridescent colors, or like kind of like the oil slicks or like metallic print. And so the thing with this too is it's very out there. It's very like space agey, like, otherworldly. And so it can be hard. They have shirts and jackets and skirts, but it's Fargo. No one's going to be wearing, a metallic skirt to class. So a way to kind of incorporate this into regular daily fashion is nail wraps. And especially, we're busy. We don't have time to go sit down for an hour, get our nails done, or, sometimes, or the money, or, just impatience, that kind of stuff too. So nail wraps are really great because they last for up to 2 weeks. I know these ones from NCLA. NCLA is actually the first line to make nail wraps, and so that they're going to be good. Yeah. And for $16, it comes with 2 sets, and so that's 4 weeks of, good-looking nails for $16, which I think is a good deal. And so, and it's in a small dose. It's just like, it's on your nails, so it's not in your face. But if someone saw that, they'd be like, "Oh, your nails look really cool." So, I'm a pretty big fan.
Yeah,
so,
I like those. Yeah.
Yeah, a little different. Okay. All right, so what's the next one?
Our next one is statement sweaters, and that's always really nice, especially when it's really cold. Kind of to spice up a look when you're trying to stay warm.
Yeah.
And so this is black and gray punched with mesh stripes. So that's, again, have a punch of something a little different, a little fun. And, you can wear tank tops under them, and just doesn't have to be, black and gray. You can always go with fun colors and kind of use that to spice up your everyday jeans and boots look.
Right. No, exactly. And what's the last one?
Well, I just want to say, like, I loved that sweater. When I saw it, I was like, that's something I definitely have to get. But the next one is something I'm not a fan of at all, but I know other people are, so we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's a pleated skirt, but it's lower than the knees.
Okay, so like that midi length, middle,
length. But some people can pull it off really nicely, and I'm jealous of that.
I feel like it's definitely more of a formal look. Like, it would have to be like if you're going to church or like going out to like a thing. It's not something that works for like, oh, I'm going to class, let me throw on a midi skirt. All right, so when we come back, we are going to talk about who everyone's talking about and also some uplifting news. See you soon.
More than 400 million people use Facebook to stay connected with family, friends, and colleagues, in addition to the millions of others who use Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Flickr for networking purposes. While Facebook and other social media sites are great tools to help you connect with friends and build networks, you should also be aware of the potential dangers associated with using these tools. So, let's talk tech. First of all, always be mindful of what you and your friends are posting online. Nothing online is private, no matter what security settings a website may boast. Anything posted online stays online. So take time to consider what you and your friends are putting online before you post it. For example, do you want your potential employers or your current boss to see embarrassing pictures that your friends have posted? There's also the question of how much information should you disclose on a social media site. Posting too much personal information could lead to lost job opportunities, harassment, internet stalking, and identity theft. Don't publicize information that the public doesn't need to know. Finally, you should think about who you want to see those things you've posted online. By evaluating the appropriateness of the privacy settings on your social media site, it is recommended that you customize your settings such that only your close friends can see your personal information, such as your home address, email, and phone numbers. Ideally, this information should not even be online. Additionally, social media networks frequently update their security protocols, so be sure to review and update your security settings regularly. With these precautions, you will be well on your way to enjoying a safe and secure social networking experience.
Do you see that?
Welcome back. So before we get into talking about who everyone's talking about, I think we have to talk about yesterday's Super Bowl performance.
Yes.
Bruno Mars. Oh, what a man.
I love him
Right?
so much.
He was so, and he's so tiny, but he's so like, oh, I'm so happy to be singing and dancing.
Yes, and like what gets me for like the like performances, I love the dancing they can do. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like his feet are moving so fast. Like
Right.
him and Justin Timberlake, they're
But-
great dancers.
I mean, it's the Super Bowl, and
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
too. He's more like a regular performance, but like the Super Bowl, it's like Beyonce was last year. How are you supposed to top that?
that's the thing.
Nothing can
Yeah.
be better than
Oh, seriously. I mean, I think to follow Beyonce, I feel like they should have had like a group. Like if they, I think Pink maybe could have followed Beyonce.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but she's on
probably.
tour right now, so.
See that? Yeah, because she's a performer. Even Katy Perry, she's a performer. I don't think. I don't think
Bruno Mars
Bruno
isn't.
Mars-
No.
No.
It's the typical person that you listen when you're in your room,
Yeah.
chilling
Yeah.
out
On the
with
radio.
friends,
Like,
and but not for the Super Bowl, really.
I don't
Yeah.
think I would even buy tickets to go to a concert because he's not like a performer, like you said. Like
Yeah.
Pink, I went to her concert and oh my gosh, the things she did with that acrobatic stuff was amazing.
Yeah.
I watched that more than her singing.
Right.
Like it was just that's like what I want to see at a Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
And some
The
people. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is all about the show.
Exactly.
Like, I don't think Bruno
No.
Mars is all about the show.
And people were saying, like, I was watching Super Bowl with people, and they said, would you rather have someone who can sing really well, but they didn't put on a show, or somebody who like sounded okay, but they put on a great show? And I'm like, it's
show.
a Super Bowl. It's got to be a great show.
You
Yeah.
can lip sync, whatever.
Yeah,
No,
I
it doesn't.
remember
It's fine.
Everyone does it.
Madonna a few years ago, she didn't even sing. Like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
recorded, but it didn't matter
Because it
it's
was a
Madonna.
great show. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, exactly. So now that we've got that aside, we have to, I mean, we're basically obligated to talk about Justin Bieber.
He's the Miley Cyrus of this season.
He is. He really
He
is.
is.
And so I wonder too, like everyone already knows, he's been arrested multiple times. There's that petition that went through, it actually reached the White House. I guess if you get a petition to have 100,000 signatures as far as something related to the country, it has to reach the White House. They have to address it.
Wow, I
People
didn't
want
know
him
that.
to be officially barred from coming to the United States. They want him deported
That's crazy.
and his green card revoked, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Like, he's making really poor life choices, but like,
Like I like Justin Bieber, but the thing is, we have to understand that we kind of did this to him. Like how I feel like how social media works is that we talk about this and like we throw these negative comments out, like, oh, he's getting a tattoo, so he gets a ton of tattoos. Oh, he's scrawny, so he gets buff. Oh, he has like baby songs, so he does these inappropriate stuff.
Yeah.
Like we as like a society like throw all these terrible comments out about people, and then like Miley Cyrus too, like they just want to like grow up but they don't know how.
Yeah.
And he wants the attention he got when he was like 16, and
Right.
that's never gonna come back.
Yep. It definitely, I feel like what society does affect them a little bit more than we like to think it does.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even though they're celebrities and they're considered like higher up, they're not impervious. Like they,
Yeah,
you
they
know,
still have feelings.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it absolutely doesn't have to be easy. Like waking up, being a teenager, waking up every single morning and seeing yourself
Yeah.
in the newspapers, like being
Yeah.
criticized all the time.
Right.
Like that. Like, you're not confident enough
Exactly.
when
Like,
you're that
imagine like
age.
going to school and someone being like, your haircut, ew. Like all of a sudden you would get a new haircut. Like, so think about millions of people being like, Justin
Tweeting you
Bieber.
and yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No, exactly. Well, I guess as a collective, I mean, my opinion has changed just in the last, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I guess I feel a little bit more bad for him than I did before.
Yeah.
so
But he's still a bad kid.
Right, no, he could be making better life choices. So thank you guys for playing devil's advocate.
I got it
and,
from Lexus. I have to
help me.
stick up for when she's
Yeah,
in
we
Australia.
gotta stick up for
Justin Bieber.
Justin. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for watching us with our season 2 premiere of The Herd, and we'll see you next week. Have a great night.